Happy New Year. So excited to be with you. Let's erase the slate of last year. For some people, it was a good year. Other people challenged, a mixture of both. But I want a fresh slate. This year, it's going to be lovely. Um, I know there's still things that are going to happen, but in my world, my fantasy world, it's going to be beautiful. And I wish each and every one of you all of your dreams. Let's start by talking about yesterday was the full moon in Cancer. Now we know full moons are about emptying, right? I always tell you full moon, empty, empty bladder. Think of that. We got to get rid of things. And the Cancer moon is a very nice moon. It's all about family. It's all about nourishing or nurturing yourselves. It's about old issues, ancestral issues, and things you want to clear. And so this is a really good time. Remember, the energies hold for 3 days. So today's only the day after the full moon. I would suggest you look at your family, look at the ancestral patterns that you see that have been passed down, do some write and burns. Remember, when you write, when you're going to do a write and burn, you always fold the paper away from you when you want to get rid of stuff. And then always fill it later with something good. So after you burn it and you're getting rid of all these patterns that you see, and you may be the one that's selected to do the work for your ancestors. And I know it sounds weird for those of you that may not know about ancestral clearing to think that you're doing it now for people that have already been dead, but we do that so we can clear for all the generations moving forward. So your children, your children's children, and all of that. And chances are, if you're here, you're probably doing some of that clearing for yourself. It's a great time to use journal prompts and look at the family dynamics and what you would like to see change and all of that. So remember, at the end of doing any burning, fill it up by just nourishing yourself. You can take a nice bath and put your favorite oils in there. I'd live in the bathtub if I could. And rose petals or flower petals or whatever you want. And then think about, I'm going to be bringing in new stuff in 28 days for the new moon. I'm going to be manifesting. So empty out. If you don't know what you want to manifest yet, just bring in the light. Fill those empty places because everything's energy with light. So important to do that. And just so you all know, in case you don't, you're new to the station here, please know that I do full moon and new moon ceremonies at my house. And you can notify me from Trusty Mac, TRUSTTMAC at AOL. If you want to come, I have it on different nights depending on if I can do it on the full moon or the new moon. And we have a lot of fun with it. We do ritual, we do a little meditation, and we do journal prompts. So, and we talk about what that new moon or full moon means. And it just seems like a nice way. I love that class, not because I'm the one teaching it, but I participate as well. And just to be able to get in that space where you can say, okay, I'm going to journal. I love journaling. And I love having prompts for that month to journal on and to reflect on. So we have a small group that's been coming, like 4 people. I would love to have a few more people in that group. And, it's just, it's only maybe an hour and 15 to an hour and a half, starts at 6 o'clock, and we have fun. Okay. So I thought we would start with, I love Mary Magdalene. This is the Magdalene Rose Oracle. And by the way, guess what? My cards are coming. They have been officially shipped as of the past Monday. So 25 to 30 days on the ocean. Let's just hope there's no crazy Caribbean stuff where people jump on the ships and overtake them or anything. That would just be it now. Anyways, so hopefully you'll be staying posted about the cards. So Mary Magdalene or Magdalene Rose Oracle. Ooh, so this one, I love the color of this as well. And this is by Elaine Kalila Doherty, who I love, and root. So it must be about root chakra. grounding. Oh, it's got all the reds in it. When I look at it, that's what it reminds me of. She's drumming. She's got a drum in one hand, bringing the energy down. Harps and all of the violins and all that are upper chakras. Drums, definitely root chakra. So grounding and bringing yourself down is what I get out of this. Let's see what she says. Okay. Before anything can grow, you must root into fertile soil. Your roots are very important. They connect you to the mycelial network of intelligence. Sorry if I butchered that, I don't know that word. Carrying the wisdom of not only where you come from this lifetime, but all of your cultural, blood, and spiritual lineages. What were we just talking about? Our ancestors. Your roots connect you to the wild beauty of the underworld, where the heart of all creativity lives within the womb of the mother. From this womb, all life is born. Through this womb, all that is precious is revealed. Here you can be nourished. At the root, my purpose is to support you in identifying what's most nourishing and enriching for you, while also connecting you to your power that lives in the dark, fertile, rich soil. When you root down, try to feel the health of this network, the soil, and the root itself. Find your root anchor down into the earth and ask, what is the quality of this soil? What will nourish it? What will further enrich my life? Consider this. What treasures are buried within your roots that want to be remembered? And I think a lot of times, if we go back, the ancestors we've heard about, or our families perhaps have kept them alive, there's a lot of curious things to really look at. One of my friend's ancestors were on the Mayflower, and her whole lineage is so fascinating. Jamestown and all of that, that I think, wow, what a bunch of knowledge that's there. And sometimes I feel badly that I never pressed my mother for more of the information about the family, because I think that would have been really cool to really know more about it. The next one is Priestess of Light Oracle by Sandra Ann Taylor and Kimberly Weber. Again, really pretty back sides of the cards. Whoops, these don't want to slide. I'm visiting, in case you can't tell, the background's different. Soul Radiance, Phoenix Rising. We like that. Anything that's rising is good in my book. Okay. Yes, she's got open arms and open wings and light all around her. So that looks really interesting. Okay. And we have a number. Yay, winner. All right. This radiant priestess calls out that your ultimate victory is at hand. Her arms and wings are raised in salutation. A new beginning is arriving after a long and perhaps difficult time. In fact, you are about to take the flight of the phoenix and rise above the ashes of some old unwanted fire. This fire may have taken different forms: work or finances, relationship or health issues, to varying degrees. It may have seemed like an intermediate dry spell, a lengthy period of waiting for change or longing for a resolution. Or the fire may have been much, much more severe, involving loss, anxiety, and deep grief. There may even been times when you felt difficulties would consume you. I think we can all relate to that, thinking, how am I ever going to get out of this? This card is telling you that those times are coming to an end. A newfound sense of freedom arises. Don't forget, the source of real power and freedom is always within you. When you find yourself living through a dark night of the soul, remember the presence and the truth of your spirit. Your soul's resonant frequency vibrates with divine light that no darkness can diminish. It is only when you obsess about your personal problems that you feel surrounded by loss and limitations. But you must let the false view go. Real solutions arise when you are open to the power of eternal truth and perspective. So true. When you let it go, we think we have to control it. When we let it go, new possibilities come. So if you're still trying to overcome a difficult situation, or something has caused self doubt or a loss of courage. Pause to mediate or meditate on your own unending light, for it is this divine frequency, your soul's radiance, that will finally lift you above the old limitations into free, untethered flight. Affirmation: I feel the power of my soul radiating outward in beautiful resonant vibrations. Success is coming to me now. Oh, yes, I feel it. All right. Last one. Well, no, there's one more after this. The Inner Temple by Rebecca Campbell. We all love her decks. Not going to slide on here, so I'm going to do it this way. What's the one on the bottom? Bottom. Oh, it was this way. Inner Autumn, and reversed it's Inner Spring. Beautiful card. Inner Autumn with all the beautiful cherry blossoms here. That must be the spring part. And beautiful colors. All right. Oh, no. All right, Spirit, thank you for giving me another opportunity to be patient about this. And they're not. Inner Autumn. Nope, not. Okay. 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 I'm just going to read the inner autumn since that's what's facing me. Letting go, wildness, realignment, courage, falling away, loosening your hold, harnessing your inner power, frustration, sacred rage, alchemy, taking your place, reaping what you've sown, feels like a quiet power. Time to make changes. Which part of this card is right side up? Which is this? Which meaning is calling to you the most? So I guess we have to read the other one anyways. New beginnings, yes. Planting seeds, getting ready to bloom, tending your dreams, upward energy, excitement, hope, potential inspiration. Feels like there's so much potential here, exciting. So I'm going to say for me, it's definitely this one. You'll have to decide whether it's the inner spring or the inner autumn. Nurture is the greatest mystery school. Oh, sorry, nature is the greatest mystery school there is. And the greatest teacher within that mystery school has got to be the seasons. Just as the seasons around us change in our life, we can also experience inner seasons. Knowing which season you're in can help you to negotiate that period, and being able to embrace the season you're moving into can offer strong medicine and guidance that will help you navigate what lies ahead. So even though we know we're in winter and we know we need to slow down and go within and all of that, we still have, well, for me, I'm speaking of the inner spring, we still have new beginnings and movement and all of that. It's the balance of slowing down when you're supposed to slow down and doing the work you need to do at the same time. Okay. And the rest is just journaling prompts. So I'll give you both of them and you decide what works for you. I think that's it on this definition. Yeah. Okay. Inner spring, what lights you up, what's your soul calling you to do, what's your heart's deepest prayer. If you knew you'd be supported, what would you do? What's your secret dream? What do you want to experience next? How can you truly live? Wow, I love this, especially for this time of the year. All right, the inner autumn journaling prompts. What's falling away? What are you clinging on to for fear of nothing coming to take its place? If you weren't afraid of your power, what would you do? How are you being called to transmute your sacred rage into something productive. Well, I don't feel like I have sacred rage right now, not that I haven't, but so decide which one it is, and you might want to journal on those. Okay, and last but not least, we're using the Angel Messenger cards. All right, which I've laminated, so now they're so thick and people are dropping them when they're in person. I think we're going to pull 3 because we're not reading definitions here. No, it's this one. Okay. Can't buy them anymore, so I laminated them, or I had Mel do it. And then I just had to cut them and everything. But it's kind of nice because they were bending and all right, vulnerability is the first one. So look at where you're vulnerable. Sometimes that will show you where you need to work or what needs to change. If you're feeling too vulnerable about a relationship or a job or learning new things, put your attention on that because change is calling to you. The next one, willingness. Have your willingness to be vulnerable. Vulnerability can be a very good thing. It's how you feel loved and all of that, but you can certainly feel exposed and everything from that. So being willing to be vulnerable. And the one I dug for is joy. So once you work on the things that make you feel exposed or unbalanced or whatever, then the gift is the joy that comes after. Because isn't it true most of the time with vulnerability, that's how we feel things. Something happens, we cry, we feel vulnerable. Sometimes we're laughing and we feel vulnerable. So your gift is joy. So I'm going to do one more thing. I'm just going to pull one card. Am I pulling one? No, I'm pulling 3. Okay, never mind, I lied. 3 cards for 2016 out of this deck. What is 2016 going to look like? 2016, the year 2016. Challenges or growth, what's it look like? All right, let's see. Oh, challenge. Okay, that's all right. We've gotten through a lot of them ourselves. And I really feel that this is the challenge of how do you hold neutrality when all this is being shown or going through in the world of politics and everything that's in the news. How do we hold our neutrality? That is a challenge in itself when everybody's talking at you and you want to just go, I'm in my zone. Ah, divine guidance. That's one of the big wild cards in this deck that says, no worries, we got this. I know it looks like things are falling apart, but things are changing and transforming, and we got your backs. The light is going to win. Forgiveness. This is a big one. So I would say 2 big issues that we're working on are challenges. Let's look at our personal as well as the global. So what is still a challenge for each one of you? I'm still working on boundaries, much better than I've been in the past, but look at what you're still working on and cut yourself some slack and lean into it. And then forgiveness. I just did this huge ritual that I needed to clear before the first of the year. And you might want to figure out something that works for you. If there's anything, and I think the biggest thing is forgiving yourself. Like the times that you think, oh, I would have been here if I had done this, or if only I interviewed better, I would have had that job, or whatever. Big one, clear your forgiveness to yourself. And then if you have other people, guess what? They're taking up your energy and they're, what's the word I want? Dysregulating your nervous system. Each time you think of that person that irritates you, if you don't speak it and clear it, your nervous system goes out of whack again. We cannot create when our nervous system is dysregulated. I am paying such close attention to that this year because that is one of, you're going to see me doing themes of blogs and things because Spirit told me that regulation of the nervous system is number 1 this coming year. So we have to remember that because you cannot manifest if you're out of whack and you have fear. but you're asking to win the lottery or the Powerball for this much, and then you're upset after that you didn't win. You didn't regulate your nervous system, even to have maybe $100 win or something. So be aware of that this year. When you feel yourself getting in fight or flight, or your heart's racing, or the not collagen, what am I looking for? Um, can't think right now, but when everything gets accelerated, just know, stop, pause, and breathe. Breath, there's nothing that will get you regulated faster than your breath. So let's not take this as a bad thing. Are you up for the challenge? I am. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Remember to do something for the full moon, and Happy New Year. Love you.